like, share, and subscribe for more great Angry Guy content. And turn on notifications to never miss another Angry Guy video ever again. Now let's begin.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do you need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No? Do we need men?
We need men to make us stupid.
Do we need men? Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because we can be strong, independent women.
Do we need men?
Like, not necessarily, but like, if I can look at them, like, we need a man to look at.
Do we need men?
No!
No, why?
Nobody needs men!
Really?
We do not need men!
Why not? Why don't we need men?
Why would I need men?
So what can you get from someone else that you don't get from a man?
The only thing I can get from a man that I can't get anywhere else is dick.
Yeah, I mean, guys, welcome to the reality we now live in. You know, we have a video that I think really signifies the situation we are through right now, where an older woman steps up and she basically says to young women, no, ladies, you do need men because when you get old, you will end up alone. Today's video comes from the Solo Second Half channel. Her channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check her out. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of women needing men and how this is going to backfire on women going forward. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video, so you can go and follow us over there. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. So, guys, you know what the deal is. You know, you can see what's happening right now. This is an amazing buying opportunity for crypto because the economy is beginning to melt down. The de-dollarization is occurring. And up to 11 countries have already announced that they will no longer be using the dollar as the reserve currency. They will no longer be accepting it. So it's time to learn about crypto. It's time to invest in crypto. Don't forget to check out Angry's Crypto Academy because hard times are here. Learn to protect your wealth with crypto, buy, sell, trade, and invest like a pro. Discover the next millionaire making coins. The link to the academy is in the description of the video. And now let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
If you think you're not alone, you better think again and prepare. It's a cold day out here in New Jersey. I'm out in the Pine Barrens. Nugget, my dog, wanted to go for a walk, so here we are. And as a result, you're going to get some cold, hard truths from me. If you think you're not alone and your family's going to be there to take care of you, your spouse has got things all settled down, and maybe you've got kids, you think they're going to be there for you when you get older if your health starts to fail, let me tell you, think again. You don't have to go around being paranoid or worried, but you do need to be prepared. You need to think as an individual and treat life like you may be on your own someday. Because over 50, as we get older, all kinds of things change.
Now, I want to tell you a little bit about this lady. You might think that she is a boomer, right? She is actually not a boomer. She is actually a Gen Xer. When we go over to her video, it actually has hashtag Gen X, hashtag life after 50, hashtag starting over. So this is a woman who's likely lived a very hard life. She looks probably like she's pushing about 70, okay? Maybe a few decades older than my own mother, who's actually pushing 70. And that is pretty exceptional. So you can tell she's lived a harder life, but you can tell she's also tough. And she's basically saying it like it is. A lot of women think that they don't need men, they don't need anyone, and they will always have a massive support system there. They don't realize how alone they are and how much they need to prepare for hard times.
I've seen it. Everybody else out there has seen it too. We've all got stories. Share some of yours down in the comments. Help people out. How many of us know people that don't really pay attention to their finances? A lot of times it's the women that are not paying as much attention to the finances, especially with older generations. Next thing you know, spouse dies and they don't know what to do. They don't even know where the money's been coming from. They don't have a clue. They're totally unprepared. Don't let that happen to you. You need to know what's going on. I've seen people caught totally off guard. One of my good friends was my English professor from when I was in college, and we remained friends for many years. She got into her 60s. Her husband, they didn't have any kids. Her husband, who was a psychologist, one morning just told her, "I don't love you anymore." Turns out he was having an affair with his office manager, the one that he claimed not to really care for and didn't really like. Yeah, well, they went off happily ever after, and she was left divorced in her 60s. She didn't see it coming. It affected her mental health and her whole life. Eventually, she got it together and was happy, but she'd been with this guy for decades, didn't see that one coming. How many of us know of situations like that? I live in a 55 and older community. I can't tell you how many times I see somebody, their spouse passes away, and this happens to both men and women. Sometimes the men, they don't know how to cook. The women, they don't know about the finances. You've got to be prepared. You need to know where the money's coming from, all of it. Know how to do your banking. Know whose name the life insurance policies are in. I worked for Prudential Life Insurance when I was younger. I used to answer the phone about the claims. I can't tell you how many times I took a call from somebody wanting to file a claim, and I had to tell them, "I'm sorry, the policy's lapsed." Yeah, you don't want to have to be the one to do that, but worse, you don't want to be the one who lost their spouse only to find out the insurance policy is lapsed. And at that point, let me tell you, absolutely nothing you can do about it. You're out of luck. You need to be informed. You need to pay attention to all aspects of your life. You don't know when you may end up alone and single. You think you have friends and family that you're going to count on when you get older, the kids. No. Living in 55 and older, I can't tell you how many people in their 80s and older, they're totally alone. Those kids are not coming around. Life changes. You may think your relationships are great. Next thing you know, your adult kid is going through divorce or, God forbid, has a grandchild with an addiction problem and they're all wrapped up in that situation. All kinds of things happen. Futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. Be prepared. Don't get caught off guard. Have these talks with your family and your spouse. When we're younger, our parents needed to have the talk with us about the birds and the bees, right? We're older now. You need to have real conversations with your spouse, partner, whoever you're living with and depending on. You need to know all the facts, full disclosure, what's going on with everything. You need to know about any insurance policies, what kind of bills you truly have, what the bank account looks like. You need to know how to access everything. You don't need to walk around like a psycho, not trusting and being scared. That's not what we're saying here. What I'm saying is, do not be foolish. We're all adults, over 50, anything can happen. People get sick, relationships change. Sometimes we find out people aren't who we thought they were. Be prepared about everything. I've got a video about a neighbor who left her husband. They're in their 80s. She probably should have left him decades ago. She didn't, but now in their 80s, they're both having to start over again, and I guarantee you neither one of them was fully prepared. They're doing it, but why make it harder? As for those kids you think that are going to be there for you when you get older, maybe. I hope so. I hope and pray for
Gen X is so, guys, Gen X lives such hard lives. You could see Gen X all over her. You could see Gen X all over her, y'all. She's basically been through the ringer. Maybe some of it she brought onto herself. Who knows? But I've warned people that, modern women are nowhere nearly as tough as Gen Xers. And the fact is that they don't understand, a woman doesn't understand that when you don't have a relationship, when you do not have a man to depend upon, life gets very harder. I'll tell you something that happened to me. I think I told you the story before. I had a friend, she was in a relationship with a guy, and I basically told her, I didn't even realize she had gotten married. I hadn't spoken to her in a long time. And I was like, "Oh, wow, you're married now." And we were talking about all kinds of stuff. And I realized that she really was not that into her husband. And I simply said to her, "You need to focus on yourself. You shouldn't just completely depend on your husband. You need to put something away for yourself. You need to be able to take care of yourself if something happens. And she basically started going on a rampage and a tangent about me wanting her to be homeless and ending up as a single mom. And this never happened before. And she was a conservative woman, a hardcore Christian conservative woman. And I probably should not have said it this way, but I said to her kind of like, I'm not saying that you're, I quoted Kanye, I'm not saying you're a gold digger, but dot, dot, dot. And it's like, she was like, how dare you say something like that? But she's here talking about the money that the man is making and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, dude, you shouldn't have that mindset where you're thinking like you're going to be able to take advantage of this man and get access to that money. Like, oh, I can't wait until like he supposedly gets this money. And I'm like, that's a bad mentality. You need to protect yourself. You should never just put all your eggs in one basket. I was speaking to her like an adult. And I'll tell you something. I've lost I have lost relationships with female friends more often than not when I confront them with reason. When I tell them responsible things, when I speak responsibly to them, that's when they'll turn on you. They don't turn they don't give a damn if you're hitting on them. In fact, they're happier if you're hitting on them. Everything is going well if you're hitting on them, and the conversation is, a certain, it is what it is. But if you ever actually show that you genuinely care about them and tell them the harsh truths, that destroys the relationship. And it happens with men, and it happens with it doesn't matter if it's a man telling a woman the reality of the world or a woman telling a woman the reality of the world. They will basically say you are a hater that has no good intentions for them. They will cut you off and then find someone who will tell them the lies that they want to hear. You see, women want men to lie to them. How do we know that women want men to lie to them? It's always been known. Look at the television commercials where a woman walks into the room and her partner's in there, and she says to her partner, she's wearing this dress that obviously does not fit, or these jeans that obviously do not fit. And she damn well knows that they don't fit because she can see that they don't fit. And she says, do I look fat in this? And she knows she looks fat in it, but she says she's basically looking for someone to to lie to her. Oh, of course you don't. You look just fine. That's exactly what I thought. Okay, the right answer is to lie to me. She damn well knows. Basically, she's insecure. She knows that she shouldn't be wearing something like that, but she wants the man or she wants her friends to lie to her so she feels better about her poor decisions. And then now she has plausible deniability to say, oh, look, this person told me that everything was okay. This person told me that it was, you can clearly see with your own eyes. So basically, when she doesn't want to acknowledge reality, she forces others to lie to her to then basically solidify, the lies that she's telling herself, because it wasn't enough in that situation to just believe her own lie. She needs someone to solidify the lie, confirm that the lie is true, even though it's not, even though she damn well knows it's not. So now she can feel even better in accepting the lie and avoiding any accountability for the choices and decisions that she's making. This is why men should focus on getting their bag and not on relationships. And one of the best ways to do that is with crypto. Something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy. and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
Many times, no, they're not around. They're older. They've got their own problems, their own worries, their own families they're taking care of. Heck, they may even be looking to you. Which brings me to, I can't tell you again how many times I've seen the kids sort of neglect the parents as they get older. Also, being sort of on top of things when they think there's some money there that they may want to access sooner. Next thing you know, mom or dad's not doing too well and needs to be in a care facility. I've seen it happen. It's no joke. Don't let this kind of thing happen.
So yeah, guys, this is it. She's definitely a Gen Xer. What back when I was growing up, when a person was in their late 50s and heading towards their late 50s, they would have the commercials coming on, and you'd have a little old white lady saying, "Now that I'm in my 50s and heading to my 60s." By the way, guys, now 50s are young, but I don't want to worry the children. Do you really want to do you really trust them with your final wishes? That's why I have Prudential life insurance. Prudential helps me to ensure that no matter what happens, everything will be taken care of after my passing, including the kids. And you're like, and then, at that point, they also had these other commercials that were like, mom's in her 50s now, you know, it's time, and she's starting to slow down. It's time to start thinking about a home for your parents. And here at, CNI Nursing Home, we offer the best facilities for seniors and blah blah blah, where they'll get their medication and access to doctors and nursing staff that cares, really cares. And guys, these people are like 57 years old, and they're already getting ready to send their parents off to nursing facilities. Now you're like, how the hell did this happen? It's quite simple. The boomers plotted, and they would send their parents off to these facilities, because they wanted, and they would collaborate with the doctor, so their parents would end up being put on medications they didn't need to be put on. They would lock them away, and the stress, the panic, the misery, everything would eventually, they would just start to go. This is who the baby boomers were. And then they stole their parents' stuff and sold it off. And then their parents realize, okay, well, now all my stuff is gone. I'm locked up like Wendy Williams in one of these facilities with a misdiagnosis. That's pretty much the end of it for me. That's what the baby boomers did to their parents, y'all. The baby boomers are some bad, bad apples. Bad, bad apples. Look at the boomers pushing 80, and they're still running society. The youngest of the boomers are in their 60s now. All right. The oldest of the boomers will turn 80 in 1 year. 1946 through 1964. All right. The earliest generation of the boomers, the earliest of the boomers will turn 80 next year. All right. So you have to understand just how crazy the situation is. So she's talking absolute and utter facts. Modern women don't understand the living hell that basically they are facing without men, without a relationship, without people that care about them. They're like, we don't need men. We don't need men. But they don't understand the hell on earth they are facing without men.
Do we need women?
Yes,
We do. Why?
these women are awesome.
Do we need women?
Of course,
Why?
they're beautiful.
Do we need women?
Women make us feel compassionate, affectionate.
Do we need women?
Of course we do.
Do we need women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're hot.
And what else?
They're hot.
Do we need women?
I mean, shit, unless you're gay.
Do we need women?
Do we need women?
Yeah.
Yes, who's gonna do my dishes?
Keep your stuff in order. Don't be dependent on the kids too much. If they're there for you, that is awesome. You are blessed. Count your blessings. But go about life not looking to depend on these people. They may or may not be there.
Guys, women don't think men. A lot of men, if asked, do they need women? They'll still say yes, but women will say they don't need men when women are the ones who need men more than anything else. What do you guys think? Do you agree that women are going to find themselves between a rock and a hard place in the coming years? I mean, come 2030, 45% of all women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be childless and single. And if you count single mothers, up to 70% of women will be single. So that almost three-fourths of all women will be single in the United States in just 5 years. And I've said it already that women around the world are going to say, look at women in America in the coming years and say, how did women in a first world country end up in such poor condition? Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and share.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.